What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerdcastle for the next episode of Sunless Sea Zubmariner. My name is Splattercat. Happy to have you here. We have a message that we need to deliver to the wistful Deviless. So in order to make her wist go away, you'd think they'd make a pill for that. Be like, listen, doctor, I'm feeling wistful. Be like, I got this. Wist be gone. Spray this in your eyes twice a day. I'm like, I feel like you're messing with me right now. The Brass Convention has asked you for an independent verification of the Deviless's intelligence. It's impossible that you might be able to eavesdrop on the convention somehow. I think we tried that already, though. Yeah. That's one of the ones where we tried to spy on the convention and then, unfortunately, blacked out. Both times we tried to go up the mountain, the smoke from the volcano has made us black out, and then the devils find us. Let's go, she says breathily. The Brimstone Invigilators will be here soon, and you don't want to meet them. She lifts a single Manskin valise. This is all I need. Take me back to London. Manskin. Since it's Manskin, like, I think you would just call it human skin unless it was made of very specific parts. This girl got a briefcase made out of wang. Just non-stop wang. I don't mess with women that got briefcases made out of wang. I'm like, damn, girl. How are you gonna... Not only have you castrated one dude and then used him to apparently upholster, you've done enough to make an entire suitcase. What is it about the man down, because, like I said, why would it specifically be called Manskin unless there was something indicative about the skin being used that lets you know it was from a man? Brutal. Pretty brutal. Cache of curiosities. We got a bolt of spider silk. That'll be worth a little bit of cash when we get it back to London. Oh, I needed fuel. Ass on me. Boop, boop. Turn around. Worst captain ever. I'd be so upset at my captain if that happened. We'd be like a half a day out of port, and he's like, shit, I forgot to buy fuel. Turn around. Like, captain, why? That's why they don't leave me in charge of stuff, is because I'm just not good at keeping track of it. That's one of the most terrifying things about D&Ding for Roll For It, is that I am so ridiculously bad at keeping track of things that it's just like, welp. It's only a matter of time before they get me. It's only a matter of time before I mess this up somehow. Oh, they're 19. Well, shoot, I'm making a fortune off of those. I'm going to take the Devil Bone dice with me then, and we'll swing those back. With 21 fuel, I should be able to make a pretty solid run. We're almost out of food. But I think we can make Estival with 4 food. Well, let's shoot straight for it. Just because I don't want to tempt fate here. I bet we'll have like 2 supplies left when we get back to Estival. We'll resupply there. That'll allow us to get 5, 6 more supplies, or like 8 or something like that. It's possible that we might lose a crew when we go ashore because sometimes they want to stay there because sunlight is amazing. And just like kitties like to lay in the warm spot where the sun is, my house gets no sunlight. Like legit, no sunlight comes into my house. And so my cats have just never known the joy of a warm sunbeam. Actually, I'm pretty happy. I've got a new house. I'm moving there in January. Moving out to a different city, though. Moving out to a different city. I think I'm trying little city life. It's actually right out by the ocean here in the Bay Area. And so it should be pretty sweet. I'm excited about it. So what it comes down to is that I'm about 20 minutes from where I live right now, and I live in this city right now where there's like hundreds of thousands of people. Moving out there, it's kind of like, it's not even like a suburb, it's just kind of like one of those small incorporated cities along the edge of the city. So it's like it's like you would call like Valencia or something. Like lazy people might be like, oh yeah, it's Los Angeles, but it's Valencia, you know what I mean? It only has like 20,000 people that live there, which is pretty small for the Bay Area. But like the house that I was looking at, it's like a block from the ocean, and they're okay with my dog, and they're okay with my cats and everything else, which is my big consideration. That's what makes it hard to find a place, is that a lot of people have pet constraints because renters don't want to deal with pets. But I'm willing to pay the deposits for the little guys. I'm not going to be one of those people that's just like, I'm going to sneak an animal into the house and not tell you because I really like this house and I don't want to piss off the landlord. It's one of those things where it's not through a property management firm. It's like me and another dude, and we like shake hands, and he's like, all right, welcome to the house. Like I feel like essentially I'm living inside someone else's property. Which is the truth of it if you really think about it. And so I don't want to mess the place up. I don't want to be a dick. That probably comes from the fact that... What is that? Oh yeah, Behemoth Stash. I forgot about those. Didn't you kick my ass earlier in the game? I think you kicked my ass earlier in the game. I think you and I have words, Behemoth Stash. I think you and I have words. We got stuff to discuss, punk. That's right, I'll drop bombs on your moms. I don't care. A bunch of riders out here. That is not an attractive fish. The mouth gapes and the eyes are dull. We can harvest the flesh and the mustache. We can dig around in the innards. We can let the beast go. Let's harvest the flesh and the mustache. Who doesn't have use for a giant mustache? So, you take its teeth as trophies and its bones for corsets. Regrettably, its mustache is singed beyond repair and will be lost to posterity. For the next 3 watches, sailors are seen mourning in black. Got 2 hunting trophies from there, a Stygian ivory and 2 supplies, which is great because we're actually making port right now trying to get that going. I'm going to drop down in here. And since we picked up extra supplies, I'm gonna stop real fast in Hideaway and get my port report because we're already in the neighborhood anyways, and so I got to even out some of the cash that we've lost. I've got a lot of expenditures on this journey, and so I got to even it out a little bit. Hello, Hideaway. How are you today? How are you? Give me my port report here. Is there anything else? What did they have in the shops here? No shops available unless there's the Sprightly Visionary. What did he have? He wanted terror no more than 25. In order to make that happen, I'm going to have to go down to the Gant pole and figure out a way to get my terror way, way, way down and then come back up here. Alternatively, we can check on the investigator. The waters between. 7 diving suits take up the interrogator's room. We're exploring the space between Tum Tum and its city shell, or Tum and its city shell, but we'll need another 5 divers. I don't have that many. I'm going to have to come back on that one once I've got more people, because if I lose them right there, I'll be sailing slowly. I'm going to ask if they store their goods anywhere, and we'll see what they have. Oh, they have strange catches. Cool. All right. Yeah, I'll take the strange catches. I mean, ultimately, I'm just going to give these to the poissonnier. Alas, too ordinary. I will continue to... Too ordinary. Alright, the crew eats the rest. We'll use that to even out our hunger as we go down to Esval. Because, believe you me, we will definitely stack up some hunger on the way. Oh, there's a thalid over here. That might be the thalid that got away earlier. Now I need to rotate the ship. I might need to run him. There we go. Careful application of torpedoes should keep me reasonably safe against this thing. And the thalid dies. We can dissect it for knowledge, fuel units, or we can fillet it for supplies. Just close your eyes and hold your nose. Look, you don't even need to swallow. See, down it goes. I think it likes the dark. We can try with the pages. Oh, really? I get pages for killing thalids. I can't make head nor hail nor stomach lining of it, skipper. You run out of note cards before you run out of different parts to classify, and after a while, you can't tell the difference between the before and after piles. You'll get as much out of this beast by organizing a game of footy with what's left. Alright, well, we got pages for it, so I can't complain about that. I mean, there's nothing to be upset about there. Like, legitimately, there's not a whole lot of ways to get pages in this game, aside from starting as a poet, I think, and that's actually the strongest start, is what most people say, to start as a poet, because then you should be able to get pages, which are important. Let's speak to him. Ah. He tastes a morsel on the tip of his knife and shudders. An exquisite find, my captain, like a devil's lips, searing, probably fatal, but utterly worth the risk. Good. So now he needs to go to the Chelinet. A squelch, then a quivering thunk. The bandaged poissonnier has thrown a strange catch across the galley and then a knife. Is something wrong? The ingredients are fine. It is my hands that are deficient. There are piquant jewels hiding in the victuals of these creatures, and I cannot extract them. One slip and the taste is contaminated. He paces the galley. I need to improve my butchery. Can you take me to the Chelinet? No one knows more about gutting than the bone men. So he wants me to go to the Chelinet. And to the Chelinet we are going to go, because I am interested in this little exchange. Kitty's in the box making beef sausage right now next to my head. I'm not feeling that. It's about to stink in here hella bad. God damn it, Kitty. We can gather supplies. Indeed we shall. We lost a crew. Little unfortunate. Not exactly... What a waste. What a tremendous waste. Ugh. No choice, though. I thought it was going to take me more. I've donated so many to the Bandage Poissonnier that I figured the chances were pretty small. I guess eventually everybody gets lucky. I will continue down to the Chelinet because we have a bunch of stuff that needs to get done at the Chelinet. I think we have 3 or 4 different things that we need to do over there, so let's go do it. Our pages are getting closer, too. If we find any more thalates or whatever, I'm going to go out of my way to murder those now that I know they give me pages. And my guess is you probably get 2 or 3 pages every single time that you succeed at that challenge. And so thalates are actually a principal target for right now because they're the only way that I've seen to raise my pages up. And my pages are pretty god-awful compared to everything else, but that's because I have the ability to raise everything else, whereas with the pages I do not. Oh, Lorn Fluke. Torpedoes away. Armaments are looking fine. Lorn Fluke is submerged. Oh, the fog rolled in. That's the problem. I was going to say, I don't know what just happened. It's because we've got fog. I was going to say my firing solutions are going very, very slowly. I seem to have very bad luck when it comes to these Lorn Flukes. Like, something always goes wrong while I'm trying to do this. We're probably going to get rammed. Yeah, there's the hit. Firing solutions are set back. Cannons are not working. Got him. Lorn Fluke is down. So we will examine the corpse. We've failed in our challenge, which gives us a colossal fluke core. But if you succeed, I think you get pages. I think if you succeed, you get either secrets. You get like 5 or 10 secrets or something like that. Like, you get a bunch. Like, I remember killing Lorn Flukes was one of those things that I used to farm it because you could turn in... pretty easily, actually. You could turn in the flukes for like 1,000 echoes, and then on top of that, you could also... I should probably stop at the Gant pole, too, while I'm here. We'll go to Shableport first. But yeah, you could turn in the fluke core for a bunch of money, and then also, if you got lucky with your pages and investigations, I will listen to my dreams. I've gained terror, and I've gained a memory of distant shores, which are fairly well disposable. As far as the Chelinet goes, we have a couple of things that we need to do here. In the Chelinet, we can meet our contact. A mutilated monster hunter makes her home in a plastron at the wretched end of the shell. Well, the more wretched end. Her face is half immobile from a jellyfish sting. Give her a hunting trophy and she'll share Z gossip. She has Z stories for you, drowning whispers, Chelenite murder myths, truths found engraved on bound shark harnesses, and she adds, tell the Admiral our hunters are eyeing Estval. There is temptation now. She eyes you, but I suspect you'd know that, wouldn't you? So we got snippets. We lost a hunting trophy for some reason. Well, that's okay. I have plenty of them. And then if I find someone to teach the secrets of butchery to the Poissonnier, a bone man shows you the glyphs cut into his white-dusted palms. They mean separation, he tells you. He will instruct your chef if you can prove your worth. When the Poissonnier returns to the ship, he is red to his elbows. I have learned what I need to know, he says, his voice haggard. Back in the galley, he throws away all of his knives save one. You watch it slice skin, bone, and butterfly as precise as a surgeon's scalpel, as quick as a minnow. Flesh goes one way, skin and organs the other. As the crew dines, he seeks you out. It goes well, my captain, and I have initial ingredients. I have my skills, but my flavors I pursue must be coaxed forth, like a hermit crab from its shell. I'm afraid I need a very particular seasoning. Mutu salt and zoop. They sell the former at Wither, where the salt pools fizz and pop. Zoop is made at Mount Palmerston. Its composition is a secret, but anything that can be combined can be separated again with the right equipment. Wow, we lost a bunch of hunting trophies there. Oh, there's something below us. Catch it with nets. It comes dripping from the sea, sleek as a seal, but its eyes are faceted. One sailor covers his ears. I swear, he says afterwards, I heard it scream like a woman. We got a strange catch and we gain terror. Hooray for us. Scrimshaw Chronicler. Downside there. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And we lost a Z story, a supply, hunting trophy. We got ourselves an outlandish artifact. Gonna need those for later anyway, so there's no point getting super protective of our stuff here. As far as the Gant pole is concerned, let me find a spot where I could submerge. We'll go inside of there. We'll flay up another creature. We'll drop its guts off over here so that we can get paid another 200 echoes. And like I said, there was a whole bunch of stuff that we've just been putting off that we haven't been able to accomplish down here. So I don't feel that bad about it. I don't know how long it's going to take us to get this lady over here to actually finish whatever her gut reading is. We've sent like 3 or 4 creatures over at this point, and it's a pretty long journey. So my assumption is that we've got to be getting close, maybe? So we'll assist the fading Haruspects. So there it is. A few pointed jabs with one of the old Sailor's Own harpoons keeps the mob at bay. We get 5 more intriguing snippets. We sever the flesh. Oh, a few, let's see here. Let the entrails form my path. Somewhere in the blood, guts and blubber, a pattern emerges and she closes her eyes. It looks like she's preparing to breathe her last breath. Get our port report. We will cut flesh for the Chelinet. Let's speak with her. Right now, our Haruspicy is at 6. This must be the person the 6th witness meant for you to meet. The fading Haruspec shakes her head. I have seen nothing of this, but nor have I asked. If I have it in me, once I have my answer, I will attempt the divination. Okay, well, I guess she needs another creature. What do you see in the bodies of the dead? I think we've already done that one. So I think we're mostly squared away here. There is fuel for sale. I'll buy as much of that as I can. Oh, we can get a harlot fry here. That's pretty cool. I forget what you trade the harlot fry for. You trade it for something. We got the Heart of the Tree of Ages, which will give you a classical flute core, but that means you killed the big tree thing or whatever. I could have traded my live specimens for that too. Oh well. The things we know now that we didn't know before. I will probably... Has he gotten better at his job yet? He has not. I was hoping in finishing his quest we would make him better at something, but we appear to have failed thus far. What's inside this little ring fort thing down here? Oh, it's the Chelinet. It's floating above us. Gotcha. It's not a ring fort type deal. It's a... what is that right there? There is a maelstrom next to it, which makes me a little bit nervous. It's nothing. Nothing to concern yourself with. So we're back in Portia's Reef. We could stop by Rosegate just to get the port report so that when we go back to London we make a little bit more money. Like, how's my cash looking? 9,447. That puts me at 11-ish if I sell my ship. So yeah, we're getting closer to the Dreadnought. We're inching closer and closer and closer to our goal. And the big question becomes, do you want to upgrade your ship or do you want to save your assets to buy a lot of things that'll help you advance the storyline quicker? That's the 2 big things that you got to ask yourself when you're playing this game. Is sometimes upgrading, that's definitely a creature. I saw it move. So there it is. We're chasing down a Neither. Come along, you big wispy bastard. That's right. Come over here and face me. From hell's heart I stab at thee, and all that sort of stuff. And down they go. We can put a shining light into it, or we can go down on a carrion slick. Never trust anything that seems in a hurry to die. Mirrors failed. Your ship's lamp sparked strange twinkles in the spreading remains in the Neither. When you looked closer within the blackness, you can see an unfamiliar sky, grasping trees, the cries of hostile birds. But now, only clear water remains. The battle is over, isn't it? Of course, in any case, the thing is dead. Yeah, you tear yourself from the porthole. So we got 5 Tales of Terror, 50 fragments, which bumped us up to another secret, and we gained 2 terror. Bummer. At some point, I will succeed at some of these things. It will happen, and it will be amazing. And once it does happen, we will glean rewards, and we will become awesome. For now, we languish in obscurity. But only for now, not forever. The creation of a cigar. Do I have anything that he wants right there? He wants ambiguous eoliths or romantic literature. I'll probably get the eoliths since those are easier to come by. I on the opposite end. We can deliver supplies here. Yeah, you might as well. Oh, you just get 20 echoes. Okay, that's fine. And then an hour's rest. We'll take a pamphlet, so that's all good to go. They have supplies here, but they're a little overpriced. I probably wouldn't mess with it too much. Heart metal ingots. I don't know what those are useful for, but we've already done the memento mori, and I can't imagine it's useful for much else. So maybe... Oh, I don't know. Probably leave it alone. Didn't I have somebody that needed to go to the Isle of Cats? I think I had somebody that needed to. Oh, we've got another dead body down here. Well, let's have our way with it. We can scavenge the bones. We can gather the bones. Take a closer look at the bones. Let's take a closer look. I failed in a pages challenge. We got fragments. The bones are worse than gnawed. Many have been chewed, snapped, and shattered. Strands of viscera cling to the ribs. Withered lung flesh remains behind a few unsnapped breastbones. One bone hand covers a skull, finger bones splayed as though to shield its eyes from a fate or in futile supplication. Psh, we don't supplicate. We burninate. Go back up to the surface and we'll stop off on the Isle of Cats and see how that affects our journey. Because we should be able to do something here. Didn't somebody need to go to the Isle of Cats on my ship? I think somebody needed to go to the Isle of Cats. If I get romantic literature here too, that'd work. Although I think that's down south in Port Carnelian, not in Port Cavendish, which is why I always get them mixed up. Don't keep me waiting. Isri pouts prettily and rustles their silks. Do you have a little present for me? You hand over the alarming scholar's notes. 3 casks of mushroom wine. We'll throw those overboard. We've gained 350 echoes, outlandish artifacts, caskets of sapphires, casks of mushroom wine. Good lord. We picked up all kinds of good stuff. Isri snatches the notes from your hands and starts flicking through the pages. I'll have a reward sent to your ship. They look up and smile at you vaguely, eyes glazed as the honey seekers. Oh, my dear, what a treasure you are. You summon an answering smile and slip away the moment they are distracted. We got paid for that. Good God. Experiments in red honey. The next time you are summoned to see your patron, it is not in their offices at the Honey Tongue. Instead, you find yourself in a well-lit laboratory of book-lined walls and delicate equipment. Isri does not pause in his task of pouring red honey into a cucurbit flask. Or cucurbit flask. I don't really know what that word means. It is possible to encourage lamplighter bees to seek out one kind of memory over another, they announce without any preamble. It's all about what you expose the bee to once it has drunk the maddening nectar of the crimson roses, but it is an uncertain process full of guesswork. The alarming scholar and I have been trying to apply the scientific method, you could say. They look fond for a moment, soft. I require you to perform a little experiment for me. Shouldn't take long. Passion for science. I'll send a mellifluous sister with you. Just expose the bee to intense emotion. Pick one. And don't get too fancy. Isri packs you off to the Honey Tongue, reasoning that emotions are bound to run high in its silk-clad rooms. The mellifluous sister follows behind you, holding a crazed lamplighter bee in a filigreed cage. She mutters susurrating prayers under her breath. Where do they find these ridiculous adjectives, man? This game is full of them. We're out of time for right now. We will continue this ridiculous quest in just a moment of tripping balls off bee honey. Bye, everybody. This is Sunless Sea Zubmariner. Get the game down below. If you wanted to support what I do here at the channel, I do have a Patreon. Gives you access to me, gives you early access to my video logs, gives you written reviews and a bunch of other stuff that I do on the Patreon. I will see you all later. Hi, everybody. Take care.